Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. I don't know if you celebrate Christmas, but if you do, Merry Christmas! As I record this, I'm recording this a week early, so it's going to be on Patreon the week before Christmas, but it's going to be on YouTube on Christmas Day. So what better way to celebrate Christmas than with eggnog that's clearly spiked and Attack on Titan? And what better Attack on Titan episode than episode 17, episode 54, Hero. Oh my. I am so nervous about this episode because the last episode, Perfect Game, ended not in a great way at all. No, we are at like the lowest point possible. We have on one side of the wall, Armin doesn't know what to do. Jean and the others, Mika says injured. Jean and the others are unsure about what to do now. Eren's on top of the wall, knocked out. Bertholdt's headed towards the wall to get Eren. Reiner's coming that way. They don't have a plan. They're probably going to run out of gas soon. What do? And then on the other side of the wall, you have Levi charging towards the Beast Titan, which makes me very nervous because I don't think he's going to be able to fight the Beast Titan. And you have Erwin leading a suicidal charge towards the Titans and the Beast Titan, and Erwin just got shanked by a boulder in the side. So everything's at its lowest point. And I tell myself, I'm like, it can't possibly get worse. And y'all are probably like, ha ha ha. So yeah, I've tried not to get hyped about any part of a season. Obviously, way back when people were like, oh, when you get to season 2, there's an episode that's amazing. And I'm like, okay. I try not to let any of the hype get to me, but I know that y'all telling me that I can watch the OP after episode 18 and that I can go back and watch the mid-credits scene after episode 18. I'm like, that leads me to believe that this episode, the next episode are going to be bonkers. And I'm not ready for that. Festive indeed, right? So yeah, I don't have any notes because I just watched episode 16 last night and I've been processing it all day and feeling bad about it. So, you know, the one thing I did want to note is that Nathalie commented about the coffee back from episode 13 and 14, saying that the coffee beans would have to be from a tropical region. So obviously outside of the walls, if it is coffee, but that also would tie in Armin's book to the whole tropical picture and the monkeys and the Beast Titan maybe. So that's interesting. But yeah, this episode, Hero, all I can think of when I hear the term hero with Attack on Titan, I think of Kenny calling Levi a hero. He's like, what do you think you are, a hero? And Kenny saying that to Levi, but it wasn't a term of endearment. It was almost like he was condescending. And Isayama has made a point in this series, when people try to be heroes, it doesn't usually work out. Isayama's not about the hero narrative. Nah, he's about twisting that up quite a bit. So I don't know what's going to happen, y'all. I have no clue how we're fighting Bertholdt. I've tried to think about it today. I'm like, I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. So Armin, Jean, Levi, Erwin, please don't be dead. But I'm like, whatever y'all come up with, I'm curious. I'm curious to see what y'all have in mind because I have no clue. But I don't have any other comments, so I'm not going to ramble on for 10 minutes like usual. I'm going to take another swig of eggnog though. 'Tis the season. So thank you all for watching this on your Christmas day or the week before if you're on Patreon. I hope you all are having a great holiday season. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you're having a great holiday season. I just felt like being festive and here we go. So yeah, we'll just dive in and see what's going to happen. I feel like we're at the point of no return now. Things are like at its lowest point. So how could it get worse? I say that, knock on wood. All right, but I'm done waiting. I've waited all day for this episode. I've dreaded it, and now it's just time to take the plunge, right? So we're going to start episode 54 of Attack on Titan, season 3, episode 17, Hero, here in 3, 2, 1, and I'll see y'all on the other side. I know why y'all suggested that I need to watch the next episode very soon. Oh my God. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start. We'll go through the whole episode, but Armin! safe in this series, it'd be Armin, but he burned to a crisp. I don't know how you could still be alive at that point. And they make it seem like he's not, that Eren found him. And God, surprise after surprise in this episode. I think Marlowe's dead. So there's that. I think Marlowe's dead. Erwin is still, I feel like Erwin is going to be dead by the end of this. But, I feel like Erwin's going to be dead by the end of this. But, it seems like if Erwin isn't dead and Levi doesn't find him dead on the ground, like amongst the casualties, then he's going to like die in Levi's arms. But I don't think, because those other Titans were attacking Levi, so I feel like he's going to try to escape to the walls to get away from the Titans. So he's going to meet back up with Eren and them. That would make sense, right? Because he'd want to go, since the Beast Titan is no longer part of the equation. Oh my God. I really underestimated Levi and his efficiency. I really underestimated Levi. I really did, because I was like, there's no way this is going to work. The Beast Titan is going to, but you know what? Never doubt Ackerman when they're down. Never doubt Ackerman when the time is critical, right? Because what that instinct kicks in and they do what needs to be done. And the crazy thing is, the move that he did, it's similar to Annie's. Sure, it's similar to what he did to Annie back in episode 22, but it's also, more importantly, similar to what he did during No Regrets to that Titan that killed his friends. Yeah, it's the exact same moves he did to the Titan that killed his friends, Isabel and Farland. It's the exact same moves from No Regrets, and I freaking love the parallel. I'm like, yes! There were so many, we were at our darkest point at the last episode, and this episode, Armin and Levi doing surprisingly good things. And Hanji, I knew Hanji wasn't dead. I was like, hell no, they ain't dead. And they weren't. Them coming in clutch. I was like, with the thunder spear. I was like, oh, Hanji. But Moblet wasn't with Hanji. So I'm like, is Moblet dead? There's so many what ifs. I feel like I'm not going to be able to add to my dead list until at least next episode. But we still got Reiner. Well, the quadruped ran off with the Beast Titan. And Reiner seems to be incapacitated, right? And they've got Bertholdt. Oh my God, Armin. Oh my God. Yeah, it is a damn good thing I'm watching that next episode tomorrow. It's too late in the evening for me to watch it now. My brain will be mush. I'm so tempted to watch it now, though. I'm so tempted to go ahead and watch it. I have work tomorrow. Is that important? Is that important? No. I need to watch it tomorrow because I want to devote. I don't want to be up at like 2 a.m. watching this. I'm debating with y'all whether I should watch the next episode or not because I want to watch it so bad. But you know what? No, I don't want to be tired watching the next episode. I'm going to wait till tomorrow. God, I don't want to. Why'd I wait so late to record this? I talked yesterday about recording this episode in the morning, and then I decided at the last minute, I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. Now I'm regretting. # regrets. It is going to be pain waiting until tomorrow night to watch the next episode. But I'm going to do it. Because I don't want to be tired. Oh, we've got to talk about this episode. Oh my God. Isayama. I had debated the whole time how Isayama was going to do it. I was like, I debated all day. I'm like, how's Isayama going to get them out of this? How are they going to defeat Bertholdt? And Isayama pulls it off. And it was the craziest thing is that Erwin and Armin, I've been comparing them all across this series so far. But Erwin and Armin chose, just like Erwin, to abandon his dream, to quit being a slave to it, because that's what needed to be done to save them all. He chose to abandon the selfish desire to go see the sea so that Eren could go have that freedom too. God, Armin. I mean, Armin's dead, isn't he? If he is not dead, he is hanging by a thread. But I'm like, he got burnt to a crisp. There's no way he's alive. I really pegged Armin to make it out. But now I don't know. Armin's one of my favorites, and if they killed him in this, God, it's so bittersweet. This episode's so bittersweet because there's so many amazing moments, but the cost the cost. It's like, we need to go through this. There has to be, Armin can't be dead. No, he's burnt to a crisp, but you guys, God, I'm trying not to get emotional because I love Armin so much, but that whole spiel, oh my God. We need to go through this episode. We need to go through it. We just need to bite the bullet, go through it. Oh my God. Okay. So we got the backtracking. We got the backtracking to them going up to the Beast Titan, and then my soldiers rage, my soldiers scream, my soldiers fight. And on either side of Erwin, there's Marlo and there's the redhead. The redhead making it out. I'm amazed. Marlo doesn't make it, but the redhead does. Okay. Okay. I'll take it, I guess. But yeah, and then, yeah, it got Erwin. And Erwin fell from the horse. And I want to try to catch this. And Erwin, like, passed out. Yeah, he passed out. And the horse, he tumbled, and he went past. And we don't see what happened to him. The redhead and Marlo noticed that he fell back. The redhead and Marlo noticed that he fell back. And the redhead says, "Commander." And Marlo's like, "Keep going. Don't look back. Charge." So Marlo, man, up until the very end. Damn. And then episode 54, hero. And then I thought it was going to be referring to Levi being hero, which it does kind of. It does refer to Levi being a hero. And maybe Isayama isn't quite as nihilistic with the term hero as I thought originally. I thought that Isayama would be like, oh, being a hero is a bad thing. And maybe that's not the case. But it's not only referring to Levi. Levi was definitely a hero in all this. But so was Marlo and the other. So the term hero, the cadets, the Survey Corps members that kept charging forward despite their comrades dying, they were heroes. Levi was a hero charging in. Armin, freaking Armin, biggest hero. Hanji, Mikasa, Jean, Connie, Sasha, but Armin. And when Armin was like, "I'm not a hero," and it's like, and Eren's like, "But you are," and it's like, oh my God, yeah, we need to talk about this episode. Hero. Oh my God. I can't wait to read this in the manga. I can't tell you all how I can't wait to read this in the manga. I really can't. So the Beast Titan. We need to talk about the Beast Titan because as soon as he started monologuing here, I was like, what? I was like, do I need to get Whiteboard Kun out now? Because I'm like, he's spouting off some stuff, some things. There were some things being said that I was like, hold the phone. We're getting into lore. You can't bring lore out in the middle of a battle scene. You can't have a monologue concerning mythology and Titan lore while we're in the middle of this chaos. Beast Titan Zeke. You can't do that. So yeah. He says, how pitiful to never learn from the mistakes of history. But it's a tragedy how King Rhys stole their memories of the world. Okay, so he says King Rhys. I know a lot of you were saying that it ties that Fritz is the real name and Rhys is the made-up name. But I don't know if that's the case because Zeke is not, to our knowledge, from inside the walls. So that brings up a whole nother deal. Right? What would Christmas be without Whiteboard Kun? Right? It's the Christmas that keeps on giving. Whiteboard Kun is the gift that keeps on giving, right? Right? Is that true? Okay, so Zeke, old Zeke here. Let me get this right. Did I not put the cap on there very good? I did put the cap on it good! We're doomed. All right. Zeke. Eggnog was a bad choice. Okay, so Zeke is talking about King Rhys, right? So we've debated in the comments whether or not their real name is Fritz or Rhys. I guess I'm going to stick with Rhys because if the Beast Titan is calling them Rhys, then... But here's our thing. We have been led to believe throughout this series that Zeke and the Titan Shifters are from beyond the wall. They're from the outside of the wall. So how does old Zeke know about King Rhys? How does he know about him? How is he privy to this knowledge? How does he know? Unless he's referring to the founding Titan, right? Because he wouldn't be able to know about Rod Reese. He's not been inside the walls. He wouldn't know. So either, unless there's some kind of telepathic link between all the Titan shifters, which I don't think that there is, then he's referring to the founding Titan as being old King Reese. That's what he's doing. And he's talking about stole their memories of this world. Like stole them. Didn't erase them. Stole their memories. So there's a distinction there. Unless y'all point out that there's a translation issue, which could very well be the case. But so he says it's a tragedy that King Reese stole their memories of the world because history is repeating itself. And man, the lines on Zeke's face go down really far, like super far, and they're all connected inward, and his eyes are even sunk in and everything. It's kind of crazy, right? He's like, that's why they're repeating the same mistakes. And in the end, they'll send every last person in the walls. They'll send down to the children and the elderly on a suicidal charge. Saying if they're going to die, they might as well die proud. So, but here's my dilemma. Where'd I put that marker? Here's my dilemma. He seems mad that King Reese stole their memories, and they keep on charging at the Titans blindly to try to stop them, right? But the conundrum is, you're trying to destroy humanity. So, why do you care? Well, this! Why do you care, Zeke? If you are frustrated, I guess my only thing I can think of is they want the coordinate so that the coordinate can't steal the memories of humanity anymore. So, it would make sense if their whole mission was just to take the coordinate back. That would make sense. They're like the coordinate, the founding Titan has been stealing. He doesn't say the founding Titan. He just says King Reese, which we know is the founding Titan. So we're putting 2 and 2 together there. But he doesn't call it the founding Titan. And he doesn't say coordinate either. He just says King Reese. So when he says that it's a shame that he stole their memories and that history keeps repeating themselves, and over and over again, they're just sending their elderly and their children on a suicidal charge to destroy the Titans. I'm like, okay, I would get then why you would want to take the coordinate back if you want to stop that. If you're like, we're tired of King Reese sending these people to their doom, so we want to take the coordinate back to stop that. That makes sense. But the whole destroying humanity in the process, why are you hell-bent on that? If you make note that it's tragic, it's happening. If you make note that it's tragic that King Reese is sending people to die, but you're trying to kill them too, why do you care? I'm so baffled by his logic there, that he's mad that King Reese has been sending people to their doom unknowingly, but he's trying to kill them anyway. So, the Beast Titan, I can't read him, and he weirds me out. And his logic is interesting. Nathan Hardy was like, he's got issues. I'm like, yes, clearly has issues. I want to know more. And I feel like we're getting closer to finding out, but we're just not there yet. And he gets so mad about dying proud. He's like, it's bullshit, that he crushes the rock to dust. He crushed it to dust. And he just chuckles. He's like, oh, it's gotten into me. Why are you getting worked up? You're not like your father, right? What does that mean? Yeah, so who is Zeke's father? Why are you getting worked up? Again, I said in the last episode, I asked if Zeke could possibly be related to the royal family, right? This is making me think more that he is, that his father might be a descendant, or it could even be that his father or his grandfather, or that Zeke's family line is like the brother to the Reese. Who's to say that King Reese didn't have a brother? I've like gone over this family tree. I've like gone over it 1,000 times. I've like branched it off in so many different directions that my theories have changed so much. But who is to say? I can't believe this marker is pretty much dead. That's disturbing. I hate that. But who's to say that King Rhys, who goes down here to Historia, who's to say that he didn't have a brother, and the brother on down the line leads to Zeke? Who's to say that, right? So Zeke's got blonde hair and blue eyes. Story's got blonde hair and blue eyes. Who's to say that they're not related, right? Who's to say that there were two brothers that had the power of the Titans, and one of the brothers, the Rhys brothers, who's to say it's not Zeke Rhys? Who's to say that that's not the case? But who's to say the one brother didn't dissent from the other and go off and make his own little kingdom and just decided maybe the two brothers were at war. Maybe the two brothers were at odds with each other and they started a battle with one another. And Rhys just retreated inside his little wall kingdom and kept it to where the brother couldn't attack him. And this has all been like a family drama over the last 100 years where Zeke's family has tried to get in and take back what was taken from them, to take back the coordinate powers. Maybe that was it. I don't know. But I'm getting my theory right now. I'm altering the family tree theory constantly. My theory now is that I think maybe Zeke and Historia are cousins. Maybe. And that Zeke, because he said his father, he's sounding like, you're not like your father, right? And it sounds like his father was bitter about the whole thing. And in the last couple episodes, like back in episode 15, Zeke was saying that it ends with us, meaning that him and Bertholdt and Reiner are going to put an end to everything, right? So maybe he was like, we need to take back my father, grandfather, whatever's kingdom now, and then this will stop. We'll just stop the whole cycle. Maybe it's just... maybe that he's tired of humanity being bossed around by, you know, his cousin or his great uncle or whatever in his will. And he's like, we're going to liberate humanity by getting the coordinate back. But then there's the whole question of destroying humanity. So it's complicated. I don't fully understand it, but I'm getting more and more the vibe that Zeke is related to the royal family somehow. I'm getting the vibe that Zeke is related to the royal family somehow. That's just a thought. It's there. I don't know. I just get that feeling, especially when it says you're not like your father. You got to try to enjoy things. Ugh. And then he says, let's turn them all into proud little chunks of meat. What the hell? I'm not a fan of the Beast Titan. Really not. And then he says the second volley's coming and he asks them to fire. And then he shoots the thing. And God... I felt so bad for Marlowe in this moment. Because Marlowe, as he's charging, it's one of those things where he's like, it's coming. And it's headed right towards them. And he can see it. And it's like a Marco moment. Like I talked with y'all back in episode 15. That moment when there was that fissure. And Marco could see that Reiner and Bertholdt weren't moving. And he knew. And Marco was like, I know I'm going to die. Like one of those moments. I feel like Marlowe had that moment. And he's like, is this how I die? I wonder what Hitch is doing. And he thinks back to her. And she's just in bed sleeping. And the moment he smiled, I was like, God, he's dead. And he says, that sounds nice, being in bed sleeping. And he's like, I don't get it. Why am I at a time like this? And then... and it hits him. God, yeah, Marlowe's dead. There's no way. He says, at a time like this, why am I thinking about it? I'm so sad if Marlowe died like that. God, Isayama, why? Why'd you build up his character to kill him now? And if you pause it, you can see that the redheaded kid ducked. The redheaded kid ducked on his horse, so he missed the barrage. But because Marlowe was distracted thinking about what Hitch was doing, he got hit in the face. Like he has to be dead. Oh my God. That's such a waste. Isayama, how dare you? How dare you? You give us a great character like Marlowe. And going back there, I'm going to go back there and look for a second. I can't believe he killed off Marlowe like that. Nope. Ugh. And then it shows the red-haired kid, he fell off the horse as the others were hit by the rock. So it missed him. That's why he survived. God. I can't believe Marlowe's dead. I can't believe he died like that. That sucks. That sucks so much. I had such high hopes for Marlowe, and maybe, I'm sure, you'd be like, well, maybe Marlowe's not dead. He got hit square in the face with one of them boulders. Like, half his head was taken off. Just like Marco. How dare you, Isayama? No! Marlowe is Marco 2.0. God damn it. Damn it, no! Happy holidays! I really had high hopes for Marlowe, and if he died just because he was distracted thinking about Hitch and how nice it would be to be sleeping right now, well, there you go. So yeah, and then the Beast Titan, he's so weird because he's like, yeah, like as soon as he kills all these people, I'm like, what the fudge? Game over. You like that? I changed how I threw the pitch. Now you're done for. He's like a child. The Beast Titan is so weird. He's almost like a child. It's kind of bizarre, which I wonder if he's been aging fast as a Titan shifter. I wonder if he looks older. He looks like he's in his 30s. But I wonder if he's really that old, or if that's him aging, right? If that's him aging super fast because of being a Titan shifter, I wonder if he's maybe not that old. Maybe he's not in his 30s. Maybe he's younger. And he just looks older, right? And he has the beard, so it makes him look older. I don't know. It just, because that's such like a childish attitude about it. And then the Survey Corps keeps going. The ones that were left keep going towards him. And he's just like, he just stands there as the flares go past him. And then the Beast Titan form looks so pissed. He's like I said, how is firing those things going to help you? And he just looks angry at them, like he's agitated. And he's like, all that screaming, what good is it going to do you? And they're screaming because they're trying to distract him from Levi. And he just gets so mad and throws the rocks at them all to kill them. God. And the green smoke. And he says, oh, you poor things. I don't like the Beast Titan. I don't think I like him. I'm like, Isayama, you may be building him up to be some sympathetic character, like, over the next, but I don't know. I don't think Isayama's building him up to be sympathetic. I think Isayama's showing us that he actually is not good. Has some issues, right? No, you poor things. I don't like it. And then we cut over, and as soon as we cut over and saw the Titan laying down, I was like, okay, Levi's here. It's about to go down. I love it. And yeah, then he notices, and the ribs already evaporating on him. My Titans have fallen. My Titans. And then that's when Levi comes up, and it's like, it's the most glorious thing. I'm sorry that for your ears. I hope y'all paid attention to the headphone warning. I'm sorry. I think I was screaming throughout most of this episode. Because it was like, oh my God. Just, yeah. And the lines on the Beast Titan's face, on Zeke's face, kind of look like his glasses. It's kind of weird. Like, it's all like hollowed out, like a skull almost. Very similar to Bertholdt. We'll talk about Bertholdt. But yeah. And then, he gets mad. He gets pissed off. And his scream going up there, and Levi just chopping that arm up. I love it. It's just like no regrets. And then we cut back, and Reiner warned Zeke about Levi Taisho. He's like, I need to watch out for a single soldier. And he's like, Captain Levi is dangerous. And you see in that moment, the Beast Titan didn't take him seriously. He's like, he did. That's where the Beast Titan did not take it seriously that a single person could be as dangerous as Levi is in this moment. It's like, oh baby, you don't know. You don't know Levi. I'm like, oh honey. And just chop the fingers off, chop the arm into like pieces. And then Levi's like, and he's like, my nape. And he guards the nape, but in guarding the nape, because the arm was chopped off, he only had one arm to spare, and he guarded the nape, which left his eyes open. Oh, Levi. Oh my God. He says, I can't see. And then I love the shot of him like going under. Mika says has had very similar shots happen with her character. It's an Ackerman thing, baby. I'm convinced. But yeah, he just chops the legs, chops the heels, goes up and you see the jowls of him shaking. It's so good. And then yeah, he's like, what happened to all the fun you were having? Oh my God, Levi. And just comes in like an atomic missile. And he says that he'll harden, but it's too late. Yeah, so clearly the hardening ability, that's interesting, right? So there's the hardening ability that Annie has, that Eren has, and now we know that Zeke has it, the silver. I'm going to put silver hardening ability. So I'm guessing that the silver hardening ability is something that you gain by doing the supplemental serums, right? That's what I'm thinking. So it would make sense that Zeke has probably consumed the armor vial like Eren and Annie have, if we're assuming that. And he's like, let's try to enjoy this. Oh my God, he's just like a freaking Beyblade just coming down there, chopping them fingers off and just like annihilating him. And then, oh my God. And he just sits there and just like jujitsu knives the hell out of his nape. And just like carves it up. And I love the shot of his foot sliding across the fur. It's like, yes. And then he just slices him out. Just carves him out. And his hands, he carved his hands off. He chopped his hands off to carve him out. And then there is Zeke. And oh, he's like, we ain't killing you. He sticks that blade in his mouth. Oh my God. What a shot. What a shot of Levi. I underestimated Levi's ability in this. Last episode, I was like, I don't feel good about Levi going and attacking the Beast Titan. I'm regretting that now. And he's like, after transforming, if your body is severely damaged, you can't turn back. You're screwed. You are stuck in that. You're stuck healing yourself before you transform back into the Beast Titan. And he's like, isn't that right? Oh, damn. And yeah, he just slices his mouth. And he's like, answer me. I love that he says, answer me after he sliced his mouth open. Like, there's no way he can answer you. But Levi's just doing it out of spite. And he says, learn some manners. And he's like, I can't kill him yet. And then he asks if there's anybody out there alive. And if they are even on the brink of death, this injection will make them into a Titan. And he's thinking that. I'm glad he didn't say that out loud. We can still have them eat this guy and steal the Beast Titan's power. So he was thinking, Levi was wanting. So Levi's plan. So Levi has the syringe. And Levi's plan was to turn someone into the Beast Titan. That was the plan, was to have someone eat the Beast Titan. And it makes sense. It makes sense. It all makes sense. Like that would be the ideal thing to do. Someone on the verge of death. Someone, just one. And the first person he says that I can bring back to life. And he thinks of Erwin. He doesn't think of himself. He thinks of Erwin. Ah! So he wanted to find Erwin and inject him and get him to eat the Beast Titan so he could become one. So I'm guessing he said, because that's very true, on the brink of death. So, because Kenny was about to die. Kenny was like on death's door, and he was going to inject himself with the serum to turn himself into a Titan, just to live, just to survive, just to heal himself, right? Because we've established with Reiner had the sword through the neck, and Eren's had the sword through his shoulder that Armin did, that while they're in Titan form, their body will heal itself, right? And we established that way back in season 1, the Titans will heal themselves. As long as you don't slice the nape, the Titans are going to keep healing themselves over and over again. So Levi's plan, he was like, I could find Erwin, give him the injection, and turn him into the Beast Titan, and that would save him. I wish that worked out! And maybe Erwin's not dead, but I think he is. Maybe that could work out, but it doesn't happen. No, God, this episode is so bittersweet. Bittersweet is the best example of this episode. Yeah. And then, I'm sorry, I forgot about the quadruped. I forgot about it. I thought that in Levi's spree of killing all the other Titans, that the quadruped was one of them. That's what I thought. Nope. Oh my God, that jaw thing. And then the quadruped grabs Zeke and runs off with him. And I love that Levi's like, wait, no. I love that he says, hey, where are you going? Stop. That's so heartbreaking, because that one chance Levi had to maybe save Erwin is possibly gone. God. Nope. And then, yeah. And then, so the quadruped Titan has Zeke, and Zeke is like, all of you, go kill him. And the moment that their heads go, I was like, ah! They just look so creepy. They look so creepy. And they look so human, but not human. And so here's the funny thing with that. Zeke tells them all to go. Zeke tells them, he tells the Titans to go kill Levi. Like the coordinate. So, he tells all the Titans to go kill Levi like Eren did using the coordinate powers back in episode 12, right? So again, if we're thinking that the coordinate power is a royal family power that Eren has obtained through eating Frida and eating Grisha and thus eating Frida, then Zeke has a similar power, right? He's ordering the Titans to go do something. So, again, if we're tying back to this whole royal bloodlines thing, it may be with the Beast Titan, maybe the Beast Titan's ability is to control solely Titans, and the coordinate is able to also control humans. Maybe that's it. And I'm just guessing. Don't spoil me. I'm sure I'm wrong. But my speculation at this point is that maybe Zeke's power is related to his ancestor, and they can control Titans, similar to what Eren did back in episode 12, but the Reese family power is to control humans that are not Titans, right? Because we've never seen Historia or Rod Reese do anything to affect the Titans. It seems like it just affects humanity. But we don't know, but Eren's power was just to affect Titans. I don't think it affected humanity. So, I don't know. We don't know enough about the Titans, but I think that my theory is that there's a royal connection here somehow. And the royal family powers, maybe there's a separation. Maybe the founding Titan can control Titans and humans, and maybe the Titan shifter can control the other brother can control just Titans. Maybe there's a difference there. But the fact that Zeke can control Titans seems like, and he controls them very similarly to how Eren controlled them back in episode 12. So there's something there. There's some connection between the coordinate and what power Zeke has. We just don't know what it is yet. That's interesting. But they all go flailing towards Levi and the quadruped as the quadruped goes the other way. And Zeke is like, it hurts. You've done it now, Levi. Oh, it hurts. But your weapons have to be all used up. And with this, you'll all be wiped out. That might have been a close one, but victory is ours. And Levi's like, wait, I made a promise to him. Oh. So Zeke's like, well, I've lost the battle, but we've won the war because you're about spent. You've probably used up almost all your gas. Your soldiers, your military men are almost all dead. Bertholdt and Reiner are still alive and well inside the wall. Like I'll be fine. I'll heal up, but you won't, is what Zeke is saying. And so Zeke getting away, Levi's like, I made a promise to him to defeat the Beast Titan. Levi's like, I made a promise to Erwin to defeat the Beast Titan, and that's not gonna happen. Oh my God, Levi, my heart goes out to Levi so much because he wants to just live out the words he promised to Erwin, and it's not happening. And these Titans are all running towards him, And Levi's like getting new blades. He's like, I promised. And it's clearly he's going to kill these other Titans. And while he's just going in a line. He's just going in a line, like stringing along like Christmas lights. Just killing all the Titans left and right. And then the redhead kid wakes up. The redhead kid wakes up and says, why am I alive? Oh. And he's like, the others all died. And he just starts going back, asking if anybody else is alive. Oh my gosh. I can't believe the redhead kid lived. Oh my gosh. So yeah, Isayama's planning something with him. Clearly. I thought it'd be Marlowe, but Marlowe's apparently dead. Damn it. I'm not adding Erwin yet. Until we get confirmation of the body, I'm not adding Erwin. You all can't make me. But I am going to put down episode 17. I am going to put Marlowe down. That almost makes me mad, Isayama, if you killed Marlowe then and there. Because I really had high hopes that Marlowe would do more in this series, that he would have a bigger part to play. But in the end, he got distracted. And it's kind of a funny callback, I guess, if we've been comparing Eren and Marlowe this whole time, that Marlowe questioning what Hitch was doing, you could maybe make the argument that it could kind of tie back to when Mikasa was about to kiss Eren back at the end of episode 12, when Eren and Mikasa were about to die, and Mikasa went in to kiss Eren. There was that moment where she's like, we're all going to die, let's just accept it and die together. And it almost seems like Isayama's making that parallel with Marlowe, except Eren didn't accept that, and he moved to protect Mikasa and move forward, and he snapped out of the dream, right? In Marlowe's case, he doesn't snap out of the dream. He thinks about Hitch and how nice it would be to be with her and have that moment together, and that's when he dies. That seems to be what Isayama maybe was doing, and I can see that now, but it sucks because I really liked Marlowe's character, and I'm sad he went out like that. But yeah, I'm going to put Marlowe down for dead now, but I'm not putting Erwin down yet. Nope, not yet. So then we come back to Reiner and Bertholdt. I had no clue what we were going to do on this. Like how, Armin, my dude, how we're going to do this. And so, why won't he just stay dead? I'm with John on this. Like, oh my God. And John's questioning, what are they going to do? Like, how we doing this? But Armin has been observing this whole time. And I was worried about Armin still being, like, clueless and depressed. But no, Armin's been thinking. And that's when he's noticed. And John's like, I think having Eren escape is the best that we can do. So it's a funny parallel. We've got this parallel of Levi and escape for Erwin being tied directly to Eren, right? And John, like Levi, is telling Armin that the best way to escape is also through Eren. So we have two people, we're tying that together. There's a parallel there, and that Eren's their way to get out of there. And then Armin, the fact that Armin's back was to us, I was like, oh, what we're thinking of. And then he says he's thinner. And they're like, oh. And the Colossal Titan has cut, and his arms, they're like twigs. He's gotten skinnier. And Armin's like, it's just like Hanji said. It is true, the battle of attrition. They're like, the Colossal Titan is weak in a battle of attrition because the longer you carry on the battle, the less that the Colossal Titan is going to be able to fight. That's the weakness, right? The Eren's experiments, they tie back. They're like, Eren can only transform, they said, up to 3 times. He could only do up to 3 times. And that was a 15-meter Titan. So, you multiply that times 3, right? I mean, times 4, technically. Then Bertholdt really only has 1 go at this, right? It's going to be less efficient. And the steam, too. Like, everything that Bertholdt is doing is consuming everything except his skeleton. So all that muscle and tissue is being burnt away the longer he's in Titan form. That's the drawback. And so he's getting down to where he's just at the bones. And then Armin's face, like Armin's eyes in this whole episode, Armin's eyes are glowing that beautiful blue hue. They're just like glowing, and it's amazing. And Mikasa, I love that Mikasa's just looking at him like she's never looked at him before. Like, Jean's like, huh? But Mikasa, we rarely see, you can see the Ackerman come through, right? Because Mikasa and Levi rarely show emotion. Like, Levi's shown more emotion in these last 2 episodes than he has since No Regrets, right? And since episode 12. But Mikasa, I've never seen her look this expressive. She's just looking at Armin like the wheels are turning in her head and she's kind of figuring it out too. And Armin's like, the 2 of us can win and I'm going to prove it. And Armin, those eyes burning blue, like that cold fire. Oh, and then the fire later. My God, yeah. So he's like, the 2 of us can win and I'm going to prove it. And Mikasa's eyes glowing and she just has that look and she's like, and it's that look on her face. She's like, Armin's back. He's got a plan. Okay. And she's like, all right, leave Reiner to us. And I love that Mikasa's like, I know you and Eren are going to be able to do this. And I trust you, Armin. Like, Armin having a plan. She's like, this is what I've been waiting on this whole time. Okay, fine. Oh my God. Yep. And then she's like, leave Reiner to us. And Armin, and then Sean saying, took you long enough, dummy. If Armin dies after all this, this feels like the last mission. It feels like Armin's final words. Because when he tells Mikasa and Jean that, and Jean's like, well, it took you long enough, dummy, to get back to us with a plan. And Mikasa's like, okay, I trust you. Like, it feels like last words. It feels like the last mission that Armin has in this moment, right? He's like, I really thought we were goners. The idea that they put all this trust into Armin and he's finally pulled through. And then, Armin zips away. But the thing of it is, Armin knows that the plan he has in mind is going to mean that he dies. And that's why when he starts this monologue, the parallels between Erwin and Armin, the parallels and their slavery, and the idea of them breaking free. They both broke free in this episode. In this episode last, Erwin broke free from his slavery from the truth by charging forward and doing the right thing and not letting his comrades die in vain. And it cost him probably his life. But he did it. And Armin chose to break free of his slavery. And it saved everyone. And it won the battle. But it's potentially cost him his life. It's God, Isayama. But he's like, I don't know why, but when it comes to taking back freedom... and he chops, so there's Eren, strength flows through me. And so then there's the parallel, the ties to Armin, to Eren, and the idea of strength and courage. Because in that moment, he's like, when it comes to seeking my freedom, Eren told him that when it comes to taking back my freedom, strength flows through me. That my dream gives me strength. That's where I draw it from. And Armin, God, this is paralleling episode 12 of season 1. This is paralleling it. So I want to go back and watch it now because it's paralleling it so much when he like slices into Eren to talk to him. And when he tells him, and he's so soft. Armin's so soft there. He's like, if this plan goes well, then I won't get to look at the sea. And it's so similar to Erwin. He's like, Erwin knew, he's like, if this plan goes well, I'm not going to get to the basement. I'm going to die. I'm going to be one of the first to die. And that'll be it. I won't get to go to the basement. And Armin's saying the same thing. He's like, if this plan goes well, Eren, I'm not going to get to look at the sea. But when he holds up that sword, because he's about to stab Eren to wake him up, and he says, for some reason, when I think of the outside world, this courage flows through me. Because it's like Eren thinks of his freedom and it gives him strength, and Armin thinks of the outside world and all the potential out there and it gives him courage to do something because there's something out there he's fighting for. God. And he tells him Eren to wake up just as Bertholdt's about to get there. He's like, let's go look at the sea. And he stabs him like right in the shoulder. And I'm surprised it doesn't make Eren feel any pain, but he wakes up. And then, oh my God, we have our disclosure. Information available for public disclosure. The outside world. And there's that damn ocean. It is said a world beyond our wildest dream extends outside the walls. It has fiery waters, lands of ice, sandy snowfields, and a saltwater lake called the sea that stretches far past the horizon. Some have joined the scout regiment to fight solely because they see it as their dream. God. Isayama, this is masterful. It really is. And then we don't get to hear Armin's plan at first. He tells Eren his plan, and we don't get to hear it at first. I was so frustrated. I was like, are you not going to tell us, Isayama? But they make us wait. And then we see this montage. We see Historia looking with the guards surrounding her. We see Historia looking. We see Zachary with Niall and Pixis and the others standing there at the table. We see Rico with the others. I forgot all about Rico. We see her. And then we see Hitch. And Hitch is sitting there at the table. And I find it funny. There's 3 flowers there by Hitch. 2 of them are purple and 1 of them's white. And I don't know if the white flower is referring to Marlowe being dead. If you look at the 3 flowers and the purple flowers, and this is me like being really tinfoil hat theory, but maybe the 2 flowers are like her and Annie are the purple flowers and Marlowe's the white flower that's died. I don't know. But yeah, Hitch waiting on him. And then he's like, that sums up my plan. As long as we properly execute it and manage to trick Bertholdt, then the battle is ours for the taking. And that shot is going to be, I need to take a photo of it. It's going to be probably the thumbnail. The shot of Armin. I don't want to subject you all to a photo of Armin burning as the thumbnail. No, but that shot of Eren's eyes like just looking so pissed and fiery. And then Armin holding onto the lock of Eren's hair and looking at the camera. Armin, oh my God, that may be the thumbnail. It's just so damn good. But yeah, so meanwhile, our Gremlin trio and Mikasa are after Reiner. And they're supposedly the last ones left. But we know Hanji's still alive. I don't know about Moblet, though. But yeah, so Jean being a leader, Jean's like, let's just keep from a safe distance. Let's keep him occupied. Let's try to keep him away from Bertholdt. We don't need him going up and mucking up the situation. And then Reiner just takes off towards them. And they go past him. And yeah, Reiner is like, I'm not wasting time with y'all. I'm ignoring you so I can get to Bertholdt. But Mikasa's like, we just gotta kill him. We ain't got time for this. I love it. Mikasa girl. I love her. And her just sliding on through. And she used the Thunder Spear to attack his knee, the inside of his knee. And she knew from before that was where to slice him to get him to stop moving. And Reiner's not all there in this episode, right? Reiner's not all there. He is quite, Reiner is not all put together. And we're going to talk about this, but Reiner, he doesn't have his wits about him. Like in the process of losing his head and having it reforged, there's some jumbled up stuff going on, right? Which Reiner to begin with has a jumbled up personality and persona. But if we can't get Reiner's attention, we'll have to finish him off right here. Yeah, Mikasa's like, if we just gotta protect Eren and Armin and buy them enough time. And John's like, okay, yeah, I know, I got it. And Connie and Sasha note they only have 3 spears left. And Mikasa had used 1 to get him down. They've only got 3 spears. And Sasha's like, we just gotta try. We can't, unless we fight, we can't win. We can't just let him go. And so then there's this part with Reiner. Reiner's like, what was that? What got me? Like, he's trying to figure it all out. Like, his head's not fully combobulated yet. It's still regrowing. And we see inside his head, he's like, a single attack took out my knee. I can't remember much since then. So Reiner's trying to remember what happened. And the last thing he remembers is Bertholdt, patting him on the arm and sending them off. Everything else to Reiner is kind of a blur. And then he remembers Bertholdt saying, I'm blowing this whole area away. If you can, lie down with your tightened body facing upwards. And then Reiner's like, what the hell happened to me? I don't know what's going on, but I don't have much strength left. So yeah, his face is regrowing. And he has the fish lips. His face is regrowing and the muscles are all there. But he's trying to piece together everything. And he's like, I don't remember what's happening. He's like, I don't understand. I don't get it. What's going on? Like Reiner is all jumbled up. It's like Bertholdt noted that Eren could have had a concussion. That I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about the possibility of Eren having a concussion and being discombobulated. Well, Reiner had his whole head blown off. So yeah, he would be knocked out of sorts. So that makes sense. I'm like, oh, okay. Makes sense. Why Reiner can't think straight, because he's regrowing his head. And he doesn't have a lot of strength. He's like, but I know that Eren's over there. And as long as we capture Eren, that means that we will win. That should mean that we win. Yeah. Isn't that right, Bertholdt? And he's like, I'll deal with these chumps quickly and come running back to back you up. And it's like, so Reiner's not at 100%, which is to everybody's advantage in this. And then meanwhile, Bertholdt's looking back, thinking that Reiner must be facing the four from that way. And then Bertholdt's like the master of foreshadowing, right? Because Bertholdt's like, only Eren and those guys survived the explosion? Really? And that should have been our clue that Hanji survived, but it's Isayama, so you never know, right? You never know. And then we actually see inside Bertholdt. And Bertholdt's face is like the Titan is connected to him through the neck, but like it's stretching his face and everything. Like he kind of looks like the Colossal Titan, like it's stretching all of his like skin and muscle and everything out. And I guess that's because the Titan's consuming part of him. And he says, to be perfectly honest, I hope to blow everyone up. To like kill them instantly, right? But I'm used to those sorts of trials, Armin. So I'm like, what trials are you used to? I guess he's used to blowing people away. What's the point of waking Eren when he's all battered like that? What indeed? What indeed? And he's like, I want to show you, what will you leave behind in your final moments? That line, I was like, holy shit. What will you leave behind in your final moments? Well, honey, Armin leaves behind quite a bit. Oh my God. Oh my God. And that line, that look, I know it's a plan I thought up myself. But success mostly depends on how long I can hold out for. And at that point, I was like, Armin, what are you doing? What are we planning? What is this going on? I thought what Armin was going to do would be to attack Bertholdt head on. And I thought he was just going to zip around Bertholdt. And I was trying to figure out how that... In my head, I was like, okay, well, Armin wants to zip around Bertholdt. And how long he can hold out for just depends on how long he can zip around Bertholdt. But I was like, Bertholdt's going to use the steam. So how is Armin going to stay and let that happen? I hadn't even thought about the bone. I hadn't thought about the teeth. It had not even crossed my mind. And then Eren, I love that Eren can see Armin, and he's like, Armin, don't tell me that you're thinking of doing a suicidal mission. The answer is yes. The answer is very much yes. And I love that shot of them looking at each other. And he says, Eren, I'm sorry I can't die, but I can't die until I look at the sea. So I'll have to call it quits before it gets out of hand. The rest is up to you. You know, because I'm just not a hero. And I'm like, damn it, you are a hero. When he says he's not a hero, and I love that Eren is like, no. Eren's like, you're wrong. I love that Eren's questioning him. I love that moment that Eren's like, wait, no. Like, Armin, what are you doing? You are a hero. Like, the Armin I know has been heroic like this. Like, that shot too. Eren's like, the Armin I know is a hero. And Eren's like, you should know. Armin's like, you should know. We promised to go to the sea together, right? Have I ever lied to you in my life? And it's tying to Erwin and Levi. Armin and Eren is paralleling Erwin and Levi. Because Levi's promise, only in this time it's Armin paralleling to Levi. Because Levi promised Erwin that he'd beat the Beast Titan. And Armin's like, I promised you, Eren, that we'd go to the sea together. And both Levi and Armin didn't keep up with their promises, right? But they couldn't. It was beyond their control. And, oh, God, that look on his face. That look on his face. Again, that look from Armin to him is so much like Erwin's look to Levi when he was smiling at him. Like, both Armin and Erwin had that look on their face like, this is our last moment. And we're free. We're giving up what we're slaves to, and we're going to help save humanity, and we're free from our shackles, and this is it. And so, yeah. And then Armin, he's like, no matter what happens, stick to my plan until the end. And he does. And he trusts Armin, and he does. And then they go after, and then Bertholdt's getting so close. And in that moment, and so here's the thing. At the time, you see his foot go like this. You see Eren's foot go like this. At the time, I thought Eren slipped. But it was intentional. He waited until Armin was off of him, and then he intentionally crushed that with his foot and slid down. That was all intentional. Eren planned it. He planned that from the start, so he could get down there and harden himself and get out of the Titan body to distract Bertholdt. It was all a distraction. God. It's amazing. But Eren says shit. And and then he falls down there. Yeah. But he plugged up the hole. He plugged up the hole like he was supposed to. Right? And then Bertholdt's like, I knew it. This battle's already won. It's like, oh, Bertholdt, honey. Oh, you don't even know. He has a severe concussion and can't even stand on his own. But that's the thing. He was using it to get down there so he could plug up the wall. And then Bertholdt's like, let's end this. And that look of Armin, he's like, no. I was like, oh my God. And that little scrawny toothpick of a hand coming down. And here's the thing, it's powerful, but it's enough where, there's so many good shots of Armin in this episode, but Armin, him flying down and looking like he looks like Erwin. He looks like Erwin, like he is fierce. And I'm like, and he flies up. He gets on Bertholdt's arm and he flies up. And then Bertholdt's like, all the way to the very end, you fought well. And but here's the thing. And he does that thing with the steam. And Mikasa, for a second, is about to go help them. But she says, no, we left it to them. I love that. Mikasa's faith in Armin in that moment. She's like, you can tell Mikasa wants to go help Armin and Eren because they're her friends. But she's like, no. She's like, she has faith in Armin. She trusts him. She's like, I made a promise. I'm going to stick through it. We are going to kill Reiner and leave Bertholdt to Armin and Eren. Okay. And that trust. That trust could possibly save their lives too. I mean, except Armin's. But if there's only one way to take Reiner out with the 3 Thunder Spears we have, this is it. And so the plan they have is we'll pick a fight with him while he still can't move. I mean, the plan they have is a really good one. Either way this fight goes, this is where it ends. Yeah, this is like our last ditch effort, right? And Reiner's like, bring it on. And Mikasa's like, yeah. And Connie and Sasha are like, let's do this. And Jean, So Jean is the distraction. He doesn't have a Thunder Spear anymore. He's the distraction. Jean is going to go at Reiner to get his attention. And then the idea that Connie and Sasha shoot in the Thunder Spears from each side and blow the jaw open. And then Mikasa swoop in to knock out the nape from inside. I mean, it was a genius idea, right? It was a genius idea. The problem was that Reiner got Sasha out of the way first. So Connie got his side done, and he gets Sasha out of the battlefield. So Sasha's out of commission. She's out for next episode. But then Mikasa's like, well, damn it. One of them missed. So the jaw's not open. I can't fire mine. But she's like, we don't have a choice. She's like, I've got to still go through the nape somehow. So she's like, I'll just figure it out, right? She has no choice. And the mouth is kind of open, but not enough. She's like, even so, I'll have to do it. And then, God! This whole thing with the steam and the fire and the burning. The scene is animated beautifully. The scene is animated beautifully. It's gorgeous and it's so sad and horrific, but it's animated beautifully. The reds and the oranges, like all of that. And Armin not letting go. And Bertholdt's like, why? Why can't I blow Armin away? And it's cool seeing the inside of Bertholdt's face. You see the Colossal Titan and then you see the inside of his face and it looks the same. He's like, why can't I blow Armin away? Why won't his anchor come loose? And I was thinking the same thing. But Armin saying, I knew it. And he shot the teeth. His bones aren't being consumed. The anchors stay put if they're not in the muscle. So yeah, the anchors were not staying in the muscle because the muscle's just dissolving as he uses the steam. But the skeleton remains. So the teeth are part of the bones. So he can't move his body while he's emitting steam either. So he's trapped there. So that's going to give Eren time. That's the thing, he won't be able to look down. He can't look down and see Eren until Eren's already out of the body. It's genius. I just didn't think that Armin would sacrifice himself to do it. And then Bertholdt's like, is this how you go out? In all your wisdom, the best plan you could come up with was to get scorched to death. And then Armin's like, I can't breathe and I have to let go, but no, not yet. It's not enough. I've got to buy more time. He's got to use up more of Bertholdt's energy. He's like, Bertholdt needs to keep using his energy up until that muscle layer by his nape is thin enough that Eren can come in and get through it. He's like, Eren, it has to be thin enough that we can get through it. That's what we've got to do. We've got to buy more time. Oh. Yeah. Yep. And Bertholdt's trying to be like, what is he trying to accomplish? A diversion? But he looks down. But when he looks down, he's like, Eren's still beat to a pulp over there. When he looks down, he sees Eren sitting up. But because of the flames, he can't see that Eren's already hardened into the side of the wall. He can't see that Eren's doing that because the flames are blocking his vision. Yeah. Oh my God. And Mikasa and them will have their hands full with Reiner. So why is he doing this? He can't figure it out. There isn't anything else to it. If this is really the end for you, I'll make it quick. God. And he just intensifies it. Oh my God. And at this point, I couldn't. God. This part's so hard to watch. It's so hard to watch because, yeah, it's just, he's like, don't let go. And and his flesh burning off, I entrust it to Eren. My dreams, my life, everything. Oh my God. This is the only thing I have to give. Oh my God. I'm sure that Eren will do this. Reach the sea. And his hair burns off and the flesh and everything. To the point where the blue fire and the weapon leaves. Oh. Eren. And he's like, Eren will reach the sea. Oh my God. He'll look at the sea for me. Oh, but then, oh no, because at the beginning of the season, Eren's looking out at the ocean by himself. So, no. So if Eren sees the sea for Armin, I'm in disbelief. I'm in denial that Armin and Erwin are dead. No. I don't believe it. I mean, Erwin's had death flags for the last 2 seasons. So I kind of get Erwin dying. I don't want him to die, but if we find his body in the next episode and he's dead, I'll be like, okay, fine. But I refuse to believe that Armin's dead. I can't accept that. And so then Connie's like, Mikasa, it's too risky to go after Reiner. And then Hanji's like, no, it's perfect. And I didn't hear that was, oh, Hanji, honey. And Hanji's like, I love it. God, yes. And they're all like, what? Did John have shrapnel in his arm? I missed that. I'm like, what does John have? She clicked. Connie has Sasha in that moment. Oh, Jean does have their shrapnel in he's got a piece of wood in his arm that he's trying to dig out. And then Mikasa's like, oh! And then Hanji, the jaw opens up, and Hanji, her glasses are gone, and Hanji's eye, the one eye is just wrecked. Now's your chance. And then Mikasa dodging through. Oh my God. And the parallels of Mikasa standing on Reiner's tongue the same way that Eren was standing on the tongue of that Santa Claus Titan. It's so damn good. And Mikasa's like, Reiner's like, no, Mikasa says, Reiner, come out. Damn! And it blows. I was trying to see what it was, but it blew him out of the nape. It blew him out of the nape. Oh, and it like there's a clear part of his stomach that's open. And his face is not fully reforged. I thought for a second when the explosion happened, it was so quick that I thought it was Hanji caught in the blast or Mikasa caught in the blast. Because you see, it looked like hair coming out, but it's the tendrils from the Titan. It's the tendrils, not hair. So it's Reiner getting blown from the Titan. Yeah. And then we cut back to Bertholdt. So as far as we know, Reiner... I'm running out of room. So Reiner has been jettisoned out of his Titan. So Reiner's out of commission and he's not fully healed, so he's not going to be able to turn back. Zeke has ran off, but he's not healed, so he can't turn into a Titan. And then we have Bertholdt. Oh my god. And Bertholdt doesn't know what's happening with Reiner. God, Bertholdt's like, okay, that's over. Now we have Eren and the horses. And that's when he notices that Eren has hardened himself inside the wall. And he's in the same pose he was earlier during all the fire. Bertholdt just couldn't see. Oh! And he's like, that's hardening. And Bertholdt's like, oh, shit. And oh my god, there has not been a satisfying moment like seeing Eren rise up. And I'm telling y'all, the parallels between episode 5 of season 1 and this episode, you can just taste it. Because I'm going to put on Twitter, the parallels between the moment that Eren in season 1 was going after the Colossal Titan, going after Bertholdt, and Bertholdt was in full form, and Eren was attacking him. And this moment where Eren is coming up from behind, and Bertholdt's neck, because he's expended all of that from his system, Bertholdt's neck is so thin and vulnerable that Eren can slice it. And the fact of the matter is that Eren only has one kill under his belt as a human. One Titan kill under his belt as a human. It was at Titan back at Utgard during the episode Historia. And then here, which is funny because 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Are you kidding me? So episode 5 of season 1 is when Eren battled Bertholdt as the Colossal Titan. Episode 5 of season 2 is when Eren killed his first Titan while not in Titan form, while in the Survey Corps human form. And then episode 5 of season 3 part 2 is when he attacks Bertholdt. Isayama, my dude, it's fate. But oh god, the satisfying, he's like, gotcha. How satisfying it is. He's used up all his steam. And the Titan's like, and the Titan like looking expressive, Eren chopping it open and ripping Bertholdt out. Oh, it's so satisfying. And Bertholdt's like, well, shit, a diversion. Yep. And he rips Bertholdt out. Bertholdt does not have any arms and legs. His arms and legs are gone. You can see it in the tiny still of Eren ripping him out. The arms and legs are gone. Which means that Eren tricking me into thinking he couldn't move. Yeah. And all of Armin's stalling was just to buy Eren enough time to make a replica of the hardened Titan. Yep. And then, yeah, the Colossal Titan is just gone. Oh my god. They did it to make me think that there weren't any enemies nearby. To make me lower my guard. And the Colossal Titan just collapses. Oh, man. God. But then we have the moment afterwards. Oh, my God. And it's this quiet moment. And Eren dragging Bertholdt back by the scruff of his neck. Dragging him back. And his eyes when he sees Armin. Have I ever lied to you in my life? And he's like, I should have known. And then they cut back to them as kids. And Armin getting picked on. And you see Eren out of the corner where he asks Armin, he's like, why don't you fight back? And and then Eren looking across the thing kind of looks like a Titan, where he's like looking across, and at this point, we know that Eren has not met Mikasa yet because he still has his scarf, right? But he's like, they pick on you because you don't hit back. He's like, why don't you? And he's looking like a little Titan, like on the side. He's like, you don't hit back. That's why they pick on you. Are you fine with losing forever? And Armin's like, I'm not losing. And I like the way that Eren says, huh? It's kind of like Levi says, huh? I noticed that. It's very similar. But Armin says, I don't run. And so I'm not losing. And that's when Eren asks what his name is. Because he's going to be friends with him. So Armin's like, I didn't lose because I didn't run away. Oh, God. And then we cut to him. He is just, you were more of a hero than anyone else. And his eyes just look so dead that Eren's eyes just look so dead looking down at him on top of that house that Armin just burnt to a crisp. Nah, man. And the Colossal Titan is just all collapsed and fading. So what do we do now? Reiner, well, the Beast Titan has gotten away. The Beast Titans ran off with the quadruped. So at least 2 of the Titan shifters have left. If the quadruped is in fact a Titan shifter, which I think at this point he is because he's intelligent enough, if the quadruped and him have gotten away, they can at least go back and regroup. The fact that the quadruped Titan exists means there's probably more Titan shifters, but and we don't know what's happened with Ymir, so there's still that. Reiner has been jettisoned out of his Titan, so we assume that Reiner is out of commission. We just don't know where he's at. It stands to reason that they'll kidnap Reiner and take him away, but we don't know. We don't know. I don't know. Reiner still had his arms and legs fully in capacity, right? I think so. I think he did. Let's go back and look at that. I think Reiner still had his arms and legs still there, right? I think that was still the case. I want to double check that real quick. Yeah, he still has his arms. He at least has arms and his legs. So Reiner is injured and he probably can't turn back into a Titan, but Reiner could run off. Reiner has his arms and legs. He could run off. Bertholdt cannot run off. He does not have his arms or legs. Bertholdt is stuck. But Reiner can run off. So Reiner could technically join back up with Zeke. That could happen, right? So we have Eren with Bertholdt and Hanji's alive, and we have Mikasa and Jean and Connie and Sasha. Levi, to our knowledge, is duking it out with the Titans, and the redheaded kid is still alive. We don't know if Erwin's still alive, but I'm thinking Erwin's dead. Either he's dead or he's about to be dead. But Levi has the serum. Levi has the serum. And he ain't afraid to use it. Because he was going to use it to... We have Bertholdt. We can turn someone into the Colossal Titan now. We can. We can do that. We have Bertholdt. Bertholdt is alive. And hell... Oh, here comes the dilemma. Here comes the dilemma, right? Bertholdt's still alive. They can question him, sure, but Bertholdt's not going to say anything. Nah. Bertholdt ain't going to say a word. He's done. He's got his Mikasa no jutsu. He ain't saying a damn word. He isn't going to say anything. Once Levi defeats the Titans, and I think he will, I think the Beast Titan's going to get away. But once he defeats those Titans there on the ground and gets the redhead kid, I think Levi's next goal is to see if Erwin is alive or dead. The question is if Erwin is alive or dead, right? If Erwin is dead, then Levi is probably going to go meet back up with Eren and the others, along with the redheaded kid. Because the redheaded kid looks like he's the only one that's lived throughout all this, miraculously. So there's like 3 scenarios going through my head right now, because we have Bertholdt. We have Bertholdt in our possession, and we've established that the only way to win this, if humanity's going to win this, we got to take out the Colossal Titan, right? So there are 4 to 5 scenarios that can happen right now. I don't think Levi wants to become a Titan. I don't. After this episode, I don't think Levi wants to become a Titan, because Levi was talking about saving someone else. He kept talking about injecting Erwin to save him and give them another life and make them a Titan and eat the Beast Titan. So I don't think that Levi wants to turn himself into a Titan because he's still alive. I don't think that's the case. Don't think that's the case at all. If Erwin is alive, then one option could be that Levi is going to want to. If Erwin is alive, Levi is going to want to turn Erwin into a Titan and have him eat Bertholdt. That's going to happen. He's going to want that to happen because you've got a Titan shifter right there. That's a way that Erwin could live. Now, if Erwin's dead, then all bets are off, right? All bets are off. It's not going to work. But if he's alive, then Levi has that choice, right? The redheaded kid, he could become the Colossal Titan. I joked about it in the last episode, but he could become the Colossal Titan, theoretically, this redheaded kid. But he's fine. But the redheaded kid is fine. He's not on the brink of death. So why waste it on him who's fully capable, right? Or if Erwin's on the brink of death, I could see Levi wanting to turn him into a Titan and eat the Colossal Titan so that he'll live, right? But then we have Armin. I know Armin's burnt to a crisp. He's probably dead, but what if there's a chance? What if there's a chance Armin's not dead yet? What if there's like a slim chance and they're like, we'll just inject him with this serum and see what happens, and he turns into a Titan and he eats Bertholdt? What if that happens? Because but then that would create drama, because the question is, if Erwin and Armin are both on the brink of death and Levi has the serum for one person, who does he choose? Does he let Erwin become the Titan and eat Bertholdt, or does he let Armin become the Titan and eat Bertholdt? How do we decide that, right? How do we go with that? What do we do? Eren's probably going to be like, we'll save. But here's the thing, is Eren, I think at this point, Eren would be like, yes, turn Armin into a Titan, because otherwise he's dead. Do it. But then what do we do? I don't know. But there's a chance if Armin's on death's door, because Kenny had to have his face burn off. I mean, granted, Armin is severely worse. But if there's a chance that Armin is not, if Armin's like barely moving, and there's a slim chance, oh my God. I hadn't even thought of Armin in this equation at all. I kept thinking that I wanted Erwin to become a Titan, and I was like, now I'm like, oh, well, Erwin could become the Colossal Titan. I hadn't even thought about Armin. And that would put Armin and Eren on equal footing. Oh, honey. Oh, and that would be so symbolic, because Armin becoming a Colossal Titan, like someone that wasn't a hero, that thought he was weak and insignificant, like Bertholdt. You're comparing Armin and Bertholdt. But I don't know. I don't know if Armin's even alive. I'm getting my hopes up because I don't want Armin to die, because he's one of my favorite characters. But Erwin's one of my favorite characters, so it's such a conundrum. What do we do? I don't want to watch the next episode. I kind of do, but I don't. I'm going to wait. God, I'm going to wait. It's going to be the hardest. Y'all, that's good. The waiting is the hardest part, and I will psych myself up waiting for tomorrow night to watch episode 18. Y'all have no idea. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, I'm going to wait. There's so many possibilities, but the fact they have Bertholdt, they could make somebody into the Colossal Titan. And my bets are, it's either going to be Erwin or Armin. One of those two. I refuse to believe that Armin's dead, even though Armin is like beyond repair right now. I refuse to believe that he's dead. I refuse to believe Erwin's dead too, but the thing is, we've had death flags with Erwin from the start. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, but I'm really excited to see what happens. I'm so excited. So, Oh my god, I know I've not talked that long, but there's too much hype. So I'm curious to know your thoughts down below. Thank you for listening to my ramblings, my long-winded ramblings. Thank you. For those of you that celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. For those of you that celebrate any other holiday around this time of year, Happy Holidays. I'm so excited. I can't wait for episode 18. This episode did not go at all like I expected, and it was in the best way possible. So, cheers, everybody! I'll see you all very soon with episode 18 of Attack on Titan season 3, part 2, episode 18. So next episode, I'll get to see the OP after the episode. I think after the episode's over, I'm gonna go back and watch the OP. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna go back to the mid-credit scene and watch it after episode 18. I think I have a feeling why y'all didn't want me to watch up to this point, but I don't know. So okay, all right, it's fine. So in the meantime, I hope y'all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and I will be back very soon with episode 18 of season 3, part 3 of Attack on Titan. Bye. Happy holidays!